Good evening, everybody. I hope everyone's having a good time, and we're finally on the live. So, for anybody who is new on here, welcome. For those returning, welcome. And I want to tell you a little bit about how this works. If you want to let us know where you're from, what you're doing, go ahead and put that in the comments. And I'm going to start off. There's going to be a lot of hellos and highs at the beginning, and we'll have a topic discussion part in the middle. And I will be talking about what I've been doing the last little bit, maybe like 10 minutes in, get people a chance to get in here. And yeah, so hopefully you guys have been doing good. If you have any questions or comments, put them in the chat. Please keep things family friendly. Alrighty, let's get started. Oh, Postal Farms, Mandy, you ran into a lamppost today, but only got light injuries. Man, was Eric in here already? He's our jokester. You're taking a spot. Boy, you guys started with jokes. All right, we'll read them. We'll read them. What do you call two rabbits racing down the road? The fast and the furriest. What's invisible and smells like carrots? Rabbit farts. All right, Steve. All right. What do you get? You cross a rabbit with insect? Bugs Bunny. You guys are funny. How about a quail? But I won't. Oh, you won't let me tell it, or I won't let you tell it because it's not family friendly. Is that what it is? Well, there you go. Don't tell it. Oh my gosh, you guys, welcome. Oh my gosh, Mandy again. What do a tick and the Eiffel Tower have in common? They're both parasites. Oh my gosh. I'm guessing that's Mandy. You guys are funny. Welcome. Welcome, Buster. Buster says hi to all. Now I have to hear it. Yeah, later. Not here. And probably not on Facebook either. Oh. Steve says tonight we're having Himalayan rabbit stew for dinner. What is in Himalayan rabbit stew? That's a good question, huh? Besides the rabbit. I do have a soup video on my channel of rabbit soup, and that's just something I made up. And if you're interested in looking at that, there is an example soup you can make. But Himalayan, does that mean lots of salt? You know that's a joke. Steve says we found Himalayan. Okay, I thought you were actually saying something serious. You said we found Himalayan in the road. Oh my goodness. Asked my dog what's 2 minus 2. He said nothing. When does a joke turn into a dad joke? When it becomes a parent. Oh my gosh. I think we got all the dad jokes through. Hey, Kelly, Feather Connections Homestead, welcome. She says, hey, I made it. You did. You made it. Welcome. Aaron says, hi. Hello, everyone. Hello, Arian. I just called you Arian. Aaron. Hello, Aaron. Welcome. Oh, yes. And Verna's saying hey to me early. Welcome, Verna. Verna is Vay's Place, and she has her channel, Vay's Place. She raises quail and rabbits now. Is that what I understand? In her apartment. And she is my moderator. She's in blue, catches all the bad guys. Check her out. Folster Farms is why don't quail eggs still joke? They crack each other up. Oh my gosh. This is a lot. Everybody's saying hi, hello. Oh, okay. Folster Farms says I can't stay long, but I wanted to pop in and show some love. All right. If you want to know what I've been up to, watch the replay. Thanks for popping in. Get a bite. Uh-oh. Somebody's biting? I don't know what that is. Yeah, Vernon says, Folster, we value every minute you can give. Yep. Oh, is this the jerky? Yeah. Cool. Aaron says, I barely managed to bite. I live with a garbage disposal named Lane. He eats everything. Oh my goodness. Hey, Ed's here. Ed says hi, everyone. Hi, Ed. If you guys missed it, last time I did live, not this last weekend, or not this last Monday before, Ed was on there with me, and his wife. So that was pretty cool and fun, and seemed like a million million years ago. It's been such a long time. It hasn't. It's been 2 weeks. Everybody's saying hi, and you guys just jumped. Hang on. I'm finding you guys. Okay. Aaron should have named him Milky or Mikey, Lane, because he eats everything. Yeah. Oh, Steve. Yeah, glad Ed's alarm went off. He's here. Thanks for a reminder earlier to lose track of what day. When you lose track of time, you lose track of time, right? And I know I haven't been on here a couple weeks, so there you go. Kelly says, hey, Katrina. Hey, Kelly. Verna is from Ohio. She's Vay's place. And I have to quit jumping around. I'm sorry. Is the internet slow? What if I go like that? If that's with you guys. All right, I'm in Gilroy, California, in case you do not know that already. Ed is in Virginia, and Gidra's family farm. Hey, ma'am. Hey, Christina. Welcome. Buster says, love your short videos. I had to do something, let you guys know what was going on. And that was the National Heirloom Expo. I guess I can talk about it right now. I said 10 minutes. We're 7 minutes. We're good. Yeah, that was the National Heirloom Expo. And that used to be every year in 3 hours that way. And this was 4.5 hours that way. So I'm in the middle. Needless to say, a lot of the people that usually are in Santa Rosa did not. It was not as many of the regular people, but it did open the opportunity for a lot of people in Southern California. There's a lot of first timers there. I had my booth right by one of the doors of the exhibitor hall. And so I was the first person a lot of people saw when they come in, and I saw them when they come in, and they're first timers when they go. Yeah, I have people stop in the middle of sentences to stare at the squashes and the melons. So if you guys saw those shorts, you saw some of that. And it's pretty cool. It's very cool. So all of those were grown in California with Baker Creek Seeds. If you don't already know who Baker Creek is, their website is rareseeds.com. And they have awesome seeds. They get seeds from all over the place. They actually have farmers growing seed for them all over the place, and they do great things. They support a lot of children's growing, like school garden stuff, and they're really nice people. I'm saying a lot. That's bad. Anyway, it's a lot of fun with that, and I met a lot of people. There were thousands of people there over the 3 days, and I probably talked to at least 1,000 of them. It's a good group of people. It's always a good group of people because everybody wants to share information, share how they grow stuff, and all these things. And so I did do 3 boards while I was there. So I had my booth, and right next to it, I had a, what are those things called? Things you paint on or write on. Anyway, a big piece of paper. And I had a question of the day each day. So those will be turning into videos. And so that will be, I think, some good content. You guys will enjoy that a lot. The people who didn't write on the board, there's many people that just stood there and read the whole thing. And there was people that came back at the end just to read the board, to read what people have written. So yeah, those will be turning into videos throughout the next few weeks. And yeah, it was a blast. And then 2 weekends before that was QuailCon. I think all of the people currently commenting either knew about or went to QuailCon, and it's an awesome thing. I will be putting my talk up at some point, maybe this week, maybe next week. I just need to go through it and make sure I have it how I want it. And there was an announcement. So there was an announcement. I will be doing, I have been asked to put together a course for raising quail in aviaries on Quail University. So that is really, really, really cool. And there were other courses that are going to be started as well. Ed from Ed Got Bait, our lovely Ed here, he is going to be putting together a course on crafts, making crafts with the quail. Ed, I'm going to go get the necklace that you got me. Hang on. Sorry, guys. I was not prepared. Sorry, I'm back. So, part of the things that Ed's going to teach you in that course is how to make these. This is actually one of my quail. Silver plated. And these egg necklaces. He has other things on there as well that he's going to be doing, but there's just a short little sample of Ed's lots and lots of big talent in the world of crafting. So he's going to be doing that. I believe, Mandy, you're doing a business course. Is that what I'm understanding? Yes. She's doing business. And Jasmine, who I haven't seen on here yet, she is doing a quail first aid class. So we've been referring to Quail 101 as Quail University. Really, it's Quail University, and Quail 101 is the course. So we're going to have more courses coming up for that. In case you are wanting to sign up for Quail 101, here is my link for that. And we'll have different links for different courses, and it's going to be awesome. We're making Quail 101. We're making Quail University an actual multi-class thing, which is so exciting. So yeah, so that's what I've been doing. And then the weekend in between, I was super busy as well. So I'm just now getting kind of a breath. Of course, I had to work all day, but yeah, there you go. All right. I am going to get back to the chat. And if you guys have questions or comments or anything like that, go ahead and do that. I just wanted to say those announcements, that kind of what I've been up to, and then also about Quail University having more courses. And it's awesome. So there we go. Verna says, I bred Mooney. She allowed him one fall off, then wouldn't lift for him again. Is Mooney a first timer, or has she had babies? Oh, we're talking about a rabbit. Ed says, Katrina had a great time playing games with you Sunday night after QuailCon. Let's get more people next year. Yeah, we had a blast. I don't even know how late I stayed there. It was after 1, I think, when I left. Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We were talking and playing games and all of that. So it's good. And Verna says, Ed, it would be great if someone promised me to ride home afterwards. Yep. Foster Farm says, well, I left the kitchen for a minute and the whole pot of spaghetti sauce landed on the floor, but I'm here. Oh boy. Oh boy. And it is Mandy. Okay. Well, hopefully you have more tomatoes. Hopefully you have a jar of sauce made already. Just throw it out on there. All right. Aaron says, Steve, I'm in the doghouse. Wi-Fi isn't great here. Oh, Aaron, did you bring home goats? Verna says, oh, Mandy, well, it can't wait until after the live stream. Oh, it can wait. Yes. Yep. There we go. I don't know. Might be solidified there. Yeah, it says, Aaron, that goat thing. I did see that. I think, did Steve make that? And it is Mandy. Hee hee hee. So let's hear about the conference. Yeah, so I'll just give a little bit more information about the heirloom expo. It is, people come from all over the world to it, and it had multiple thousands of people. I talked with the guy in charge. I think it was the second morning before they opened, and he said that more than, like, there was 3,000 something people bought tickets, and some of those people were all 3 days, and some of those people were single days. But that the first day, about half of those tickets were bought at the door. So I don't know how that continued through the whole expo. If that, I don't know what the final numbers were, but it was a lot of people. So I was in the exhibitor hall, and there was tons and tons of things that people are exhibiting and things people are talking about. The guys behind me they brought a, it's new. I don't know if it's under patent yet or if it's going through that process right now, but they brought a machine made for home for essential oils. And so I got to learn about that, just talking with them, but also having them right behind me. That helped. So anyway, so that they had that. There were the rare fruit growers were there, California rare fruit growers. There was local places were there. There's a local group. Sierra Club had a table without, like, there was no one there. It was kind of weird. There's integrated pest management people there. So insect, if you have natural pest management, so if you're releasing insects like green lacewing and stuff like that, then they were there. And then they had the vendor hall, which has all sorts of stuff. There's people selling plants. There's people selling seeds. There's someone doing knives, someone doing like garden tools that were super lightweight. And I kind of would have liked to have gone to that booth, but I kind of spent my time elsewhere. Baker Creek had, and I wish I took a picture of it before the seeds disappeared, because Baker Creek brought so many seeds, and most of them were bought the first day. So people who came the second day and the third day, there was slim pickings, very slim pickings for the second day people. There was nothing left for the third day people. So they way underestimated how many people would want seeds at this one. So I don't know if that's, I think they brought more this time than they did to Santa Rosa. So I think people just wanted seeds this year more so than before. And so there's people with books. There was one guy there for ancient grains. He actually lives in San Martin, which is 10 minutes away from me. I saw some people that I know somewhat locally, which is kind of fun. And yeah, I got to meet a whole lot of people, and it was awesome. So besides those two things, you guys saw, if you were watching the shorts, the poultry, which I thought I was stopping and going instead of showing you the floor. I was trying to go in between. I didn't realize that until after I posted it. I'm like, oh well. But I've been to the Heirloom Expo 4 to 5 years. I think it's 4. It might be 5. And this is the first time that I went in and saw the heirloom poultry. So I did that. And then they had a labyrinth squash. I'm working from the backwards to the front in my head. That's what's going on. They also had outdoor vendors. And I didn't even go in the room. There was a local, there was talks for local people. Like, hey, we have this going on. And I actually don't know what they talked about because I didn't see it posted anywhere. I'm sure it was. I just didn't see it. And then they had a music stage with music and the picnic tables for eating. And then they had food vendors, which I have to say the ones in Santa Rosa were much better and much more suited to the crowd they were trying to get. This is more like fair food. And then there was a speaker hall up at the front of the fairgrounds, and the speakers. I only saw two of them because I was talking to people. I was vending stuff. I had seen several of the speakers talk before, and they're really good speakers. And you learn so much when you go there. Whether it's going to talks, there were some really good talks. I heard about some talks that I wanted to go to, and I kind of spaced on. And then also talking with the vendors and the exhibitors and anybody who's there. Honestly, anybody who was there, it was either newbie or had some experience, and it's awesome. there was one vendor who totally did not anticipate how many people were coming, and he closed up shop partway through the first day because he sold everything. I don't even remember what he was selling because I didn't see it until they're closing up shop. So so there was so many people there. It was awesome though. Yeah. What else can I tell you? I met someone who knew someone that I know as well. But yeah, if you go back and watch some shorts, and then I am going to have some video footage going through some stuff. Yesterday's video talked about squashes, and I have them sitting over here, the squashes that I brought home, and it's an awesome time. So there's your synopsis. Ed says, I had a blast on live. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And if you guys didn't realize this, I was holding my phone like this for that whole time. Like, what was it, 45 minutes, an hour, something like that. So my arm was getting tired, but I think it did pretty good. And versus next year. Hi, JJ. She says, hi, everyone. And I met JJ, and she is such a sweetheart. And she gave me some, I have some dryland rice now. I need to figure out what to do with seasonality and all that. So thank you. She's a sweetheart. Everybody's saying hi. Everybody's saying more hi. Oh, my camera's not focusing. Okay, we're doing that again. I wonder why. It's not doing anything else. Nothing else is open. Sorry, guys. Steve is north of Guidros in Mississippi. Guidroses are in Louisiana. I want some of those seeds, Katrina, Verna says. She's talking about the squashes. And we are opening them sometime soon. Everybody's saying hi. GHHHGJ. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Gigi? I'm going to call you Gigi. Hi, Gigi. Welcome. Welcome. If I didn't pronounce that right, let me know. Whiteboard. Yeah, it's not that I was talking about. I was talking easel. There we go. Mandy got it. Easel. Yeah, I had a one of those big pieces of paper, pads of paper on an easel. Which, if you want to get the cheap easel from from Staples that is like tent poles and pulls apart and all that, don't. It falls over. I ended up buying water to hold up stuff. I had a windy day the first day. All right. Everybody's doing good. And Mandy's saying, yay. That's good. Aaron says, that's great. I need to harvest more honey this week. Aaron, how much honey do you harvest in a year, let's say? That's a good question, huh? Oh, you guys just jumped. Hang on. Hey, Diana Tuttle Top Farms here. Hi, all. Hi, Diana. Good to see you. It was so nice to meet everybody at QuailCon. It was awesome. Nice honey, right? Honey is great. So Aaron has honey that he brought to QuailCon that he's talking about. Love that. I don't know what you love, but that's great. Beautiful. JJ says. Sorry, you guys are jumping. Oh, this? Yeah, Mandy says, can't wait for Ed's class. Yeah, here's 2 samples of what you'll learn in Ed's class. These are necklace. Absolutely. Oh, thank you, Katrina. Ed, it's true. It's true. You're like the master of crafting. Business Accelerator course. Thank you. I didn't know the name of it. So, Fulster Farms is involved in Quail University with the Business Accelerator course. There we go. I didn't know the name, and you're gonna have to remind me that again. um, JJ says I wanted to try some of Ed's jewelry, but I barely wear any. I don't wear jewelry a whole lot anymore. I used to wear necklaces like years and years ago. I forget to put it on. I was going to bring this one to the expo, and I hadn't. So I didn't. I forgot it, and I was like, oh, that's not good. But I wear it for like events and stuff. I think it's fun, especially this kind. And Ed says, JJ, I hate wearing jewelry. LOL. Can't even bring myself to wear my wedding ring. Well, if you're making it for other people, that's good enough. She is a first timer. The bunny. Yeah, I'll be experiencing that with ravioli and rigatoni here soon. I'm thinking one more week and then try. I'm trying to think of when it was hot last. Because last year I tried too soon and forgot that, oh yeah, it was hot. And I think the rabbits need like the male goes temporarily sterile in hot weather, and I believe it needs to be like below 90, below 85 for 2 or 3 weeks. So I think I'm gonna try next week with those 2 girls, and that will be their first time. Yeah. Dawn's here. Hey, Dawn. I came to say I can't stay. Got a honeydew to do all of a sudden. Have a great night, everyone. Have a wonderful night, Dawn. Have a wonderful night. And yeah, Edward, I was there after 1 a.m. I think we said like, oh yeah, we'll just go until 12. And then we just kept on talking. JJ says, same here, Ed. I put it on, then I take it off after a few hours. Sometimes I'll wear a silicone ring. Okay. That's less bothersome for your skin. Yeah. Everybody's saying bye to Dawn. Bolster says, Dan and I are old. We didn't stay for games. We will next year, though. That's good. Verna, you're where I was a couple weeks ago. I have about 5 tomatoes, but they're all green. Yeah, there are red tomatoes out there that I need to pick. I have not picked since I've been back, and I need to do that probably. It's probably going to happen tomorrow. Probably not tonight. And JJ says, yum, fried green tomatoes. Those are good. You can also make salsa, but I think she's wanting red tomatoes. As laughing at you, Mandy says, LOL, we are old too. Right. Verna says, Katrina, the sauce, we're talking about spaghetti sauce, would not be able to solidify if Lucy was there. Yep. She'd have a tummy full of spaghetti sauce, wasn't she? And Ed is laughing at Steve, getting all the blame for that pick. Well, I mean, I'm talking about goats. Only second oldest. World Tours. Hi, host. Hi, World Tours. What do you grow, or what do you want to grow in your homesteading or backyard gardening or animal growing? Welcome. Base Place says green tomatoes you wrap in newspaper the night of frost warning, then let them ripen that way. So you get sweeter with the frost? Yeah. Or are you saying pick them before frost? Yeah, pick them before frost. Yeah. And as says Verna, green tomatoes need to be pulled then fried. Yep. JJ says you can place you can have tomatoes into winter. I do that too. I dislike store-bought tomato. Yeah, I haven't bought tomatoes in a very long time. If I do, it's like because I need it for a recipe, but I tend not to eat them out of season. So it's always good to just eat what you have, which is something I should actually do myself more. But I do enjoy homegrown tomatoes. Someone that wasn't at the Heirloom Expo that usually is, which it's unfortunate because they have a lot of good information. A lot of stuff is Wild Boar Farms is usually there. So they're kind of in the process of developing heirlooms, is my understanding, and so they are usually there. I don't know why they weren't. JJ says acquired taste. Ed says, I hate tomatoes, but wife love them after I made them for her. Yeah. You can also use them in things. I mean, if you don't like them raw, you might like them in a sauce, or you might like them some other way. And Verna says, I hate fried green tomatoes. It is a texture thing. I love tomato sandwiches. With Miracle Whip. JJ says with mayo. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Miracle Whip either. I'm not sure exactly what that is, but it's not. I'm not a fan. Or peanut butter. I mean, peanut butter does go with a lot of things. So I have not tried it with tomatoes. Vernon said, learned that in my teens for fishing trips. Okay. Yeah, Folster Farms. I don't know. Miracle Whip is just, I don't even know what it is. It's not good is what it is for me. Oh, Ed is having issues with the peanut butter comment. You guys are funny. Pickles and peanut butter, so I can't say much about the Miracle Whip. Yeah. But at least those are food. Hey, Bob's here. Howdy, folks. Hi, Bob. Welcome. Welcome. I'm buffering again. I can't do anything about that. My internet's going. Says it's good. If you're having issues with with the video, you can try refreshing, and you can try lowering the quality of it. Those are the two things I can suggest. Other than that, who knows? I'm just south of Silicon Valley. Should have good coverage here. JJ says I enjoyed meeting Katrina too, and she is genuine, just like on the lives. Yep. Thank you. Yeah, I'm. You get what you get with me. I'm not a different person, that's for sure. Yeah, they are gone. I don't know what's gone. I took too long to talk to you guys about the Heirloom Expo. Now your conversation is ahead of me. Folster says, I'm pumpkin hoarding this year for the seeds, for worm control, for the sheep. Yeah, I don't know if the actual pumpkin does it or not, but I give my birds the pumpkin. I mean, it's got to be good for them anyway, but I know the seeds are used for that. But a good source of pumpkins and pumpkin seeds actually is Halloween pumpkins, and you might ask people to save them beforehand, and then so Halloween pumpkins and after Thanksgiving, because people will let these things sit on the porch and rot, and they don't know what to do with them. They're just going to throw them away and all of that. And so that's, there you go. So I would like to find that out, if the actual pumpkin flesh is a dewormer or not. I know about the seeds, so I don't know. I should probably just Google it, but it'll happen. Mandy's saying Katrina's my tribe. Yep. Good to see you at QuailCon, by the way. Good to see everybody I already saw there. Verna says, I'd love to have that pumpkin that Native Americans use. I don't know which one it is. There's a couple of different squashes that are native. Some are edible, some are not. And I don't know what would be, if it's native to your area or other areas, but yeah, it's cool. Bob says, I found some Christmas string lights today at Dollar General. When I got home, I found an outdoor rated timer. Voila! Extra lights for the kids so they will get back to normal egg production. Absolutely, absolutely. And last night, when I went and fed the rabbits, it was dark, and I realized that one of my aviaries, the light wasn't on. So it does kind of have it's a rope light, and I think it got kinked, and it has to be like pulled down or something. I'm thinking it's going to be time to replace that, but we'll see. There was a broody mama in there. I didn't even look. I haven't even been in there. There is a broody mama in the raviary, and she did have help with one other female, and then the one in the main aviary, I don't know if she's still on eggs or not, and if the light has been out for a while, she may have gotten up. So I was going to candle them today, and between working and live, and I got doing other things, so I'll candle them tomorrow. I want to candle them when it's not nighttime, so they go back on it. Yeah. But yeah, do that. It'll take probably a couple weeks of light on them before they start laying. And then you'll have laying birds, which is good. Eric says, sorry, I'm late. That's all right, Eric. You did miss some jokes at the beginning. They were telling jokes before I even got in. I hope you're doing well. All right. Aaron says, my honey harvest depends on my level of procrastination. So whether or not Steve's there. I'm working on the new greenhouse, so it's taking all my spare time. All right. Yeah, I saw the video that Christina put up, which is good. It's good. You're getting it done. I have windows that I got a long time ago, a couple years ago, pre-pandemic ago, actually, that is supposed to be a greenhouse, and it's not yet. But that doesn't mean the bees aren't making honey because you're making a greenhouse. Yeah. I gotta scroll. You guys jumped. Hang on. Yeah, so Ed is saying perfect, Bob. Yeah, that you have lights again. Yes, absolutely. And Jay just says, ooh, Verna. Something? Kentucky? Is that what that is? Was on your show with Cherokee Tan Pumpkin. Okay. I've heard that. Okay, that's the one you're talking about? That's the one she was talking about? Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Eric, thank you for the super chats. I see a couple on here. Thank you. I appreciate it. Ed says, yeah, Aaron, all my honey is gone several days ago. You need to get a whole case, huh? And JJ's asking Aaron if you'll be selling your bee products. And I want to add to that. Are you doing bee pollen collection or not? Because that's a weird thing that I tried once, and I don't know if it actually has any real benefit or not. I can imagine that it might, but it's kind of weird to steal it from the bees. I mean, it's kind of weird that we bee spit, right? That's what honey is. There you go. I added that question. And Eric had another super chat. Thank you. Fulster Farm says, I'm not a jewelry person, but those quail foot earrings were the bomb. And Aaron says, in the next few weeks, we should be putting more products on our website. Awesome. Yeah, if you guys didn't already know, the Guide Roses have their website up. They put it up right at QuailCon, right before QuailCon. And Verna, you can type it in there if you have it readily. But then also my website, I do have some merchandise up there, and so that's you can take a look at that. You can take a look at the kinds of things I'm going to do. I don't have everything on there yet, but I am working towards it, so that's good, and you get to see what that's all about. And let's see. Verna says, Aaron, I'm using my honey to make the garlic honey mix. That sounds awesome. So are you going to put garlic? You're not, Are you just putting the cloves in the honey and you're doing that, or are you going and make it that way, or are you going to actually chop it up? Because there are people do both. And JJ's agreeing with Mandy and says, Jasmine, rock those earrings. Yep. And Verna says, I love the wishbone earrings. So all these things we're talking about, Ed makes. And Jasmine's gold earrings came out nice. Yes. And Aaron's saying honey fermented garlic. That's what I was trying to say. Fermented. Verna says, Katrina, Andy breeds for heat-tolerant rabbits. Yes, I know that. So we're talking about Andy Rabbit. She's not here, unless she's here later on in the chat. In case, hello. She won like everything at QuailCon. I don't know how many times she won the raffle. But yeah, so the reason why she's saying that is Verna got her rabbits from Andy Rabbit. There you go. And Eric just got back from church. Welcome back from church. And Fuss Farm says, Amen. Jasmine could wear a potato sack and look like a supermodel. Is she on here? She's probably not on here. You're funny. Yeah, Eric says I need to refresh audio skipping. Audio skipping. Sorry, I'm hoping that it's not doing it too bad, but it sounds like it is. What can I say? Come back after 2.5 weeks and things are weird. Sorry about that. Verna says, Aaron, I planted my garlic and the rest was used for the honey. Awesome. And Ed is agreeing with you, Mandy. True. JJ says is also agreeing. Part she also is genuine. Yeah, that's the thing about. I mean, everybody who was at QuailCon that you see somewhere else, I mean, are genuinely the people who we present online. Like, there isn't fakeness going on, which I really, really like. And I mean, the people who were at QuailCon, both presenters and attendees, like everybody who I met that had a name that I knew, like I associate with you guys on here or something else, like everybody was genuine and everybody just wants people to succeed, genuinely, which is so awesome. And Ed says, JJ, dang right. Yep. And Fulcher says, I know, right? A beautiful face is nothing but a beautiful heart. She's a neat kid. Yep. And JJ says, the video is buffering for all of us. Yeah, sorry, Eric. It's probably not just you. And yeah, Ed's saying on and off. I don't know what to do about that because sounds like that's an internet thing. Probably on my end. Yeah. I wonder if her ears were itchy when I was talking behind her back. We'll see if she shows up, JJ. Yeah, Eric, it's not just yours. I'm sorry. And JJ says I reduced the quality of the video. It helps some. Yep. Miracle Whip is seasoned mayo. I don't think you need that. I don't know. I've always had it, or not. I've always had it. Whenever I had it when I was little, like I always thought it was sour, and I didn't like that. JJ is laughing. Pickles are food. They are if they're not bread and butter, I have to say, because those are. I'm not an onion person, even when it's included in pickles. Fulster Farm says homegrown tomatoes are great, so I buy them in season to support the local farmers, and then can them or freeze dry. My sheep break into the garden and sleep on my plants at some point. Oh my goodness. Maybe you need to grow squash as a tangled mess up something that prevent your sheep from getting in, and then they can eat the seeds and they'll be wormed. How about that? We have solutions here. Eric says, we'll give super stickers then. I heard super stickers fix audio skipping. Aw, Eric, thank you. I appreciate it. We'll see if it works. Keep on trying. No. Thank you so much. Feather Connection says, I'm not a great gardener, so explain to me folks that also don't know why non-GMO seeds, heirloom seeds are better. So GMO seeds, you're not going to be able to buy in a store. That is something that you're not going to see on a seed packet. Really, I talked for this long and I'm just now losing my voice. Didn't happen before. Okay, so GMO is separate. Non-GMO and heirlooms are separate. So non-GMO, anything that is in a seed packet is going to be non-GMO. When they say non-GMO on the seed packet, it is very like the toilet bowl cleaner, the natural toilet bowl cleaner that I once bought that did not work very well, that said it was gluten-free. It might be true, but maybe we don't need to know that. You're not going to eat your toilet bowl cleaner. The seed packets marked non-GMO are marked as a marketing. It's not marked. The ones that are not marked non-GMO, they're still non-GMO. And the GMO crops are owned, they're actually owned by Monsanto. Like, people have had things hybridize, and Monsanto will. It's not Monsanto only, but that's. And Monsanto will actually sue them for their use of their crops. So that's something that I wouldn't worry about as far as choosing seeds. So does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. And if you need more, I can say more. Heirloom seeds are not necessarily better. They are good. They are good. What an heirloom seed is it is a seed that has that comes from a plant, because we can have heirloom leafy greens, we can have heirloom, squashes, we can have heirloom, all these things. It is something that when you plant the seed, it is true to type. So you ate this fruit and you're going to plant it, and it's always going to be true. It's going to give you what you ate. If you have a hybrid seed, like Sweet 100 is a cherry tomato that I bought a long time ago. This year it didn't come up, so we might be done with cherry tomatoes here. But every year it volunteers, except for this year, and it comes up as almost the same. Sweet 100 is a hybrid, and what happens with hybrids is you get mom's genetics and dad's genetics, and all the little babies are not like each other, right? So it's the same thing with seeds, with like tomato seeds, apple seeds. A lot of fruit seeds are like that. When we're just going to use tomatoes for example, because we've been talking about it. So when you plant let's say you take all the seeds in a hybrid tomato, or something that's like, if you see F1, that's the first hybrid. I haven't seen F2 on any packet, but F2 would be the second cross, but I don't think they have that for seeds. So if you see F1, that's a hybrid, and hybrids are not bad. Hybrids are bred for particular characteristics, like heat tolerance. That's the ones I have in my yard right now. I think a lot of them, if not all of them, are hybrids. So what that means is you can't really reproduce that seed yourself. You have to buy that seed because they make the crosses elsewhere. And so hybrid seeds are fine. They're going to give you a tomato. They're going to give you a tomato that tastes probably similar, most likely similar to what you have, but it may be nasty and it may be better, right? So that's how seed selection is. It might be good, it might be bad. We're going to pick the good ones and go that direction, or the ones that have the qualities we're looking for. And that has what happened to the tomato industry. You go to the store and all the tomatoes are chosen. They're bred for shelf, like they're bred for shelf life. They're bred for packing, right? So yes, you can throw this in a truck and truck it for 100 miles. And yes, it will stay on a shelf and be good for a long time. So that's what it is. An heirloom, think of an heirloom, an heirloom ring, right? It gets passed down through the generations and keeps on getting passed down. And eventually it gets to you and you might give it to your kid, right? So it's the same thing over and over again. An heirloom, let's stick with tomatoes. An heirloom tomato, maybe great grandma planted it, and she gave seeds. She saved seeds year after year after year from that tomato, and now great grandma has it, and it keeps on going, What that does is if it becomes a stable seed, so if it becomes something that is actually what you plant is what you get, then that's heirloom. And it also makes it more adapted for whatever environment that happened in. So usually these things happen in the same town, in the same county, very close things, so that they're going to be highly specialized to, hot and dry, or wet, or, against fog, or something like that. They're going to usually, not always, but usually they're going to have some specialization of something that they have been adapted for. And that is a result of growing the same thing over and over again in the same place. Let me know if that confused you, because that was pretty rambling, and I'll try and do better. Maybe someone else has a better explanation. If you think you can do better, put it in the chat. Oh, yeah. Guido says, I just made a big batch of salsa and I have another one left to do. Yeah, I'm getting tomatoes, but I'm not getting enough to like do big batches of things. So I know there's some in the freezer right now on the freezer trays for the freeze dryer, and I'm going to fill up the rest of that before doing something with them. I need something substantial because I haven't freeze dried them yet, and I think that's a good idea to do. And Verna says, Katrina, you are near the mountains, and that can cause problems. I'm not near mountains at all. Well, we have the Coast Range behind me, but I'm not near it. Yeah, I'm in the valley. Ed says, yes, it's on her end. I know it's on my end. I have silly internet, apparently, even though it just updated. Same thing on your iPad. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, Verna says, wow, Christina, you're surely busy. Yes, she is. JJ says, I was told all my life that raw pumpkin seeds are good for getting rid of human parasites. Yeah, they're good for deworming as well. So, yeah, they're good for all sorts of stuff internally. I don't know about the fruit, though. Eric, again, thank you. Thank you. Got another super chat. And apparently the scrolling is stuck. Oh, there we go. I got it too far. I went too far. All right. Verna says, I used to go around the neighborhood and gather up the unwanted whole pumpkins. Yep, absolutely. Oh, good. Eric says, audio is working for me now. See, super chat worked. Aw. Yeah, so definitely getting tomatoes, but getting pumpkins for your animals it's free when you have neighbors who are, doing Halloween stuff or Thanksgiving stuff and don't really care about pumpkins. And sometimes you'll get ones like the Cinderella pumpkins, which are very tasty, and people just don't know what to do with it, and you eat those. Kelly says, dang, you're cutting out. I bet I won't hear answer to my questions. Oh, hopefully the replay's good. Usually when this happens, the replay catches it. I don't know why, but I'm sorry. Let me know, though, if you didn't get it, because I gave you a long answer. Steve says, saving my Guido's honey for something special or for when you all run out. He's going to resell, huh? Oh, man. JJ, refreshing. I'm sorry, guys. Aaron says, Steve, I do ship honey and hatching eggs. There you go. Eric says, I'm not well today. Bad side effects from my seizure medication. So we stopped taking. That sucks, Eric. I'm so sorry, because I saw the video you walking, and that was exciting. That was pretty cool. Yeah, I'm sorry. Take care of yourself. for sure. Okay, Verna. When Katrina moves back and forth, that is what causes issues. That's from the beginning. Jesus, stop jumping around. I move when I talk. I'm sorry. Okay, let me try sitting crisscross applesauce so that I stay back here. How about that? Maybe that's better. We'll find out. All right. JJ says, back. My lips are moving, but and then I hear her talk. You know, I hate it when it's like that on a movie. Yeah, Verna, good point. She's saying, Eric, I hope you called your doctor first. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Witch Doctor's here. Good evening from the great East Tennessee. Welcome, welcome, Witch Doctor. I hope you're having a wonderful time moving into your new place and finding out all its fun stuff. Hopefully you have good neighbors and good weather and all of that. Foster says, Steve, you should use the good stuff for either tinctures or mead. Either is medicine. It says, Aaron, yeah, you don't put your website on your YouTube videos or your about page on YouTube. Oh, he should put it on there. Yeah. Everybody saying hi, Witch Doctor. I'm assuming Psycho Ward might be there too. Fullster Farm says bee spit equals nectar of the gods. Absolutely, absolutely. Oh, they're still reading your live stream. Awesome, awesome. Thank you, Verna, for putting up the Gidrose's store. Awesome. Aw, thank you, Eric. And Witch Doctor saying hi. Bob says, I have some pumpkin seed oil. Squirt it on dog's kibble. Interesting. I have not heard of the oil. I just have heard of using pumpkin for them to help them with their poopies. Yeah. Bashir, good morning. Good morning to you. I hope you are doing well. And if you have any comments on here or things to say, go ahead. Homestead related stuff. Let us know what you're growing. Fulster Farm says garlic cloves and honey equals a great throat syrup and antibiotic properties. Awesome, awesome. Somebody make fire cider because I don't actually need any right now, but I need to do a video for you guys. Somebody remind me, like next week, say, have you done it? And I'll say yes or no. I still have some from last time. Yeah, JJ says, hi Bob, I hear that is only good if seed is raw. Yeah, so you can get pressed oil, like raw pressed oil, that or cold pressed, I guess it would be. But I would be curious too if that is a raw product or not. Witch Doctor says we make garlic honey. And Verna says, yep, an immune booster. Ed says, Andy Rabbit won my earrings and gold wishbone necklace. And like the whole store. she won everything at QuailCon. Oh, good. Eric says, yes, called my neurologist. Not available for months. Called my primary doctor. Okay. Yeah, second option. We just want to make sure that you're healthy in all your changes. Yeah, good to check. Oh yeah, Verna says, and Andy won both incubators. Yeah. What she should have won is a generator because her power goes out all the time. That's what should be on there, right? Oh boy, Andy Rabbit won everything. JJ says she's not even on here. See, she's busy setting up her incubators. Eric says audio is much better now. Good. Pretty good. Not much skipping. Yay. Ed says she must be a very lucky person. Maybe she should have played the lottery that weekend. Maybe she did, and that's why we are not hearing from her. No, yeah, she was. I think she won like 4 or 5 times. It's pretty cool. Berna says, I peeled the garlic and used just enough honey to cover it. One batch with buckwheat honey, one batch with Guidro's honey. That's kind of funny to call it that if you call the other one, buckwheat. We have some honey ladies, that's what they're called, the honey ladies over here, that they have hives in multiple orchards and different places. And so like they have avocado honey, which is really, really dark, and cherry honey, which is good, orange honey, berry honey. They have poison oak honey, which that's actually good. I tasted it. But that's very, very different flavors when you have such a concentrated focus in one area. So it's interesting. JJ says, I love bread and butter pickles for potato salad. I do not. And one time I was working on a farm and came in for lunch, and man, we were making sandwiches. I was piling high the pickles, and that was my first time having bread and butter pickles. And I just thought pickles were dill pickles, right? We have dill pickles and sweet pickles. And it was nasty. I put like a lot on the sandwich. I'm like, nope, I'm not doing this. Eric says, sorry, no dad jokes from me today. I have brain fog. I'm sorry, Eric. Yeah, you need to relax and yeah, relax on it. Berna says, Eric, that means you have a brain. Are you sure? Yeah, he has a brain. JJ has one for you, Eric. We're cheering you up. What do you call a cow that is lying down? Ground beef. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh yeah, too much salt for pickles, Fred. Yep. Yeah, Verna. Gluten-free toilet bowl cleaner. And I was reading the back of this and I'm like, what? I'm trying to think, like, I know what gluten is, right? And I was trying to think about that. I'm like, why would they put gluten in the toilet bowl cleaner? Why would it affect someone if there was gluten in it? What? Yeah, it's just a marketing ploy to get, hippies in there to buy their special product that doesn't work. It really didn't work very well at all. Yeah, gluten-free toilet bowl cleaner. I bought it before I read the back, and I probably wouldn't have gotten it if I saw that, because I kind of realized that, people who do marketing ploys past what they're supposed to be marketing either don't understand their product, which is a problem, or I kind of don't want to support. So yeah. Ed, acid is gluten-free is also. Yep. Bolster Farm says, I'm thinking I like that idea about growing squash to keep the sheep distracted and out of my tomatoes. It only takes a few seeds and some water. There you go. More of a mom joke? Okay. What's the difference between mom jokes and dad jokes? That's the question. It's a question. Bolster Farm says, heirloom seeds are like heirloom chickens. You can make more of the same if you need them. Yep. That's a simple way of doing that. Yeah, that's a simple way of saying it. Good. Verna says, Eric, I saw a pig fly. They were serving bacon on the plane. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Eric says, I have mom jokes too, but can't remember if I told these already. What do you call a short mama? A minimum? There you are. You're back. JJ says store tomatoes are gross. They are significantly different, yes. And actually, we went out for dinner last night, and it had tomatoes with like kind of there on it, and they don't taste like anything. It's like, why do we have this? Yeah. Yep. Tasteless, exactly, Verna. And JJ says there are generational ox heart in West Virginia that I lost the seed. Oh my, one of the best ever. I planted ox heart. It was a started plant, I think. I don't think I have seeds. It was a plant. It was a started plant, and oxheart was really, really good. It's like that big and like kind of it's supposed to look like a heart, like not a heart, but like a heart, and is like kind of oblong. That was a really good one that I enjoyed. I think if I remember right, it's like slightly pink. Yeah. I gotta scroll up. Sorry. Man, you guys are talkative. Eric says, "What do you call a short mama without her clothes on? A bare minimum." Minimum. Fulcher says, "I only grow Heritage Roma tomatoes at this point, or almost paste. I just can them and go. I'm not picky. I eat them on everything." Yeah. So Mandy, if you have not made sauce with like the heritage like beefsteak type, I mean they're the heritage type, the flavor of that sauce, yes, it has much more water in it, but you have to like get that down to a manageable consistency. But that sauce is so good, so much better than a paste tomato. I mean, it has much more complex flavor. It's awesome, awesome. JJ said you did fine explaining heirloom veggie seeds. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Salt water in the air. I don't know what that question is, but yeah, so that is something that some heritage breeds would breed for, because if people live by the coast, you can have certain plants that are exposed to a higher salt level than others. I don't know if that's what you're talking about or not, but there we go. Verna says, if you are in a valley, you are surrounded by hills at least. Yeah, Verna, these hills are quite wide. Yeah, it's quite a distance. Um, yeah. Oh, JJ says, would that be a short bear to a bare minimum? Short bear mama. Guido says, I had 32 pounds of tomatoes in the freezer, so I wanted to get those taken care of. Aaron wants a batch of salsa with a little spice next. Awesome. My peppers are doing great. I need to harvest a bunch of them, and I don't have enough jalapenos, I think, to make cowboy candy. They're turning red though, so I'm just going to eat them, and I might try freeze drying some of them. I like the jalapenos when they're red. They're, to me, it has it's a different flavor, and I like it. Yeah, yeah. Bolster says, "Don't worry about the internet. No big deal. Stuff happens. We're still here. Thank you." What monster makes a great parent? Mummies. Those are mom jokes. You're right. Those are mom jokes. A parasite. What's a parasite? I don't know what you're saying, Brenna. That's okay. It was a long time ago. JJ says, "Yep, Folster Farms internet is bad for people all over the nation, not just Katrina's." Yeah, yeah. If anything, I should have good internet just because I'm like so close to Silicon Valley. But you know, honey and eggs sounds like a sweet deal. Folster Farm says for his shipping. Yeah, maybe not in the same box though, because you might get honey and scrambled eggs. You gotta pack those right, huh? It says, "Yep, even though your internet not good, we're still here." Oh, you guys are sweet. Verna says, yeah, if it isn't internet, then it's YouTube. Well, could be that too. Yeah, I mean, it says it's full internet. I don't know, is internet full? How do you make a monster float? Add vanilla ice cream, root beer, and some whipped cream. I haven't had like a root beer float in a long time. And that's a joke now because Monster's a drink, huh? I think I've tried it once, and I don't know. Every energy drink I've tried is like nasty, and I don't like it. So, that's what's curing your brain fog. There you go. Jokes are the cure. Laughter the best medicine. Proved right here. Not a medical person. Not medical advice. You have to call me, bug you. Yeah, I have a lot of things to catch up on. I've been gone for 2.5 weeks. But yeah, we can bug. JJ says, I've been grinding up raw pumpkin seed with the raw flesh for the quail, and they are loving it. They love pumpkin, and yeah, that was one thing that I wasn't sure. Like, the chickens get the seeds, but the quail don't. It's too big for them. So yeah, you can definitely grind them up. That's a good idea. Thank you, Aaron. Don't tell me today. Your homework is fire cider. Dun dun dun. I mean, I think I told you guys last year I was going to do that too. I haven't yet. Fulster Farms, do you have a recipe for fire cider? Ooh, me, I want it. Yeah, mine's not so much as a recipe, but I will make it and tell you what I put in it. There's some stuff, but we'll do that another time because I have to figure out what I have and what I need to get. Like, I don't have onions because I don't eat onions, but onion does go in it. Lots of things go in it. Lots of things can go in it. I put things like marjoram and oregano in it as well because, well, they're really good for you. We have some antiviral, antibacterial type of stuff happening with them. There's you could put elderberries in it. I haven't in the past. I might this time. I think I have some in the freezer. And garlic, cayenne pepper, other kind of chilies and peppers, lemon peel. You can use oranges. You can use peppercorn, turmeric, ginger. Basically, take everything that's good for you and shove it in some apple cider. That's basically what we're saying here. Yeah, so I'll do it. I'll do a video on it though, and the stuff I made a couple of years ago. I made a bunch a couple of years ago, and it's still good. It's in vinegar. It's basically, once you make it, you strain out the solids, and you basically have a flavored vinegar, an infused vinegar, and that's what it is. He just says, I'll text you, remind you, because I keep saying I need to make some fire cider too. Yay! We have babysitters here for me. Mary says, guess I'll have to call both Katrina and Christina. Oh, did I respond or did someone else respond? It's okay. We can talk. Bob says to JJ, don't know for sure about the pumpkin seed oil, but it doesn't hurt. Yeah, that's true. It's just if you're expecting a certain result, you should probably find out if it's raw or not. We give other stuff for parasite control. Okay. Deborah is a certified health coach, and she decides what we need for that. Well, then you step back in line, sir. No, that is awesome that she has the health stuff under control. It's very nice to have at home. JJ says Eric might want to try dandelion root tea or teasel root tea for that brain fog after talking with your doctor. There's the key. That's good. Hey, Psycho Ward's here. What's happening, you guys? You missed the conversation. We're all not all done. We're still talking. We're doing good. I talked about QuailCon and I talked about the National Heirloom Expo, and that is an awesome thing. If you didn't see my shorts, go ahead and look at the shorts. It's from last week, and you'll see some of the stuff in there. I did not capture nearly all of it. Like I don't even think I took my camera or my phone over to the where the peppers were and tomatoes were. There wasn't a big tomato display this time because, like I said, I think usually Wild Boar Farms does it or someone else does it. I actually don't know who does the display, but yeah. Everybody's saying hi. Ricky's like a word. Eric says I'm down for herbal medicine. Yep, just talk to your doctor. And she isn't answering her phone. Who isn't? Oh, Christina. I don't know. And Eric says, what kind of tea do Hollywood actresses drink? Calibra tea. JJ says, I don't like that. Yeah. Cycle War says, just mowed and edged an acre of grass. Oh my God, that's a job. How long did it take you to do? Yeah, you need to get some animals to put on that. Maybe some bunnies, maybe some sheep. I don't know. What else would you have on there? Let the animals do it for you. But yeah, how long did it take to do an acre? 2 days worth of yard work. I should just look down at what which doctor said. 2 days worth of yard work is what you've done, or how long it takes them to mow an acre. Because it's just going to start going. It's going to keep growing. It's not going to stop. It's on repeat. Eric says, "Are you drinking again?" No, it's just tea. What kind of tea? I lost you. I gotta scroll. Tequila. Oh boy. This is chai without anything added. It's getting cold and I need to take the tea bag out. Hang on, guys. Psycho word, I'm sure it is. Yeah, it's a lot of work. Yeah. JJ says, I'm trying to get things done on my backyard mini farm, but hubby keeps dropping projects on me. I understand this. I came home to some things that I thought were going to be done too. Foster says, I think we should market Quail 101 and all our additional courses as gluten-free and organic. Let's do this thing. Yeah, the gluten-free toilet bowl cleaner was not like, what are you guys doing? Like, yeah, that's not the one I'm looking for. I'm, looking for the no harm to animals kind of thing, right? Yeah. Yeah, advertise as is true. So they didn't have false advertising. However, it's misleading, I would say. I don't know where it's leading to, but it's misleading. JJ says, yes, ox hearts are usually pink. So we're talking about the tomato. And the ones I had, it only took 1 to 1.5 to fill a quart jar. Made canning too easy. Yeah, they're pretty big. Wow, 1 to fill a quart jar. That's big. Yeah, the ones I had, if I remember right, like they were about like that big. They were pretty big. Yeah. Which doctor says, I recently learned organic meat does not mean antibiotic-free meat. Yeah, the designation of organic does not omit other things. I found out too that depending on where you are, organic farms are not soil tested. So I learned this in Oregon recently, that if it is certified organic land, certified organic farm, that does not mean that they have had a soil test. So that's something else to think about too. Yeah. Verna's telling witch doctor that is because the term organic isn't really regulated to mean all natural. It means something that it's kind of like cable, right? So cable used to be free No, cable used to be you pay for the television programs that you watch, therefore you don't have commercials. And now cable has commercials as well. So I think the intention behind the designation of organic um, was like the true what we think of as organic. And then they've gone to a place now where it doesn't mean the same thing, but it holds the same label. So I know years ago it used to be that you had to have 10 years of no spraying and no, or organic practices on it before that land could be certified organic. And now it's like 3, it might be 2, but it's not it's not as long anymore, which means that you still might have pesticide residue and herbicide residue in that land, which that can last for a long time anyway. But yeah, fun stuff. um Which doctor said I need a fig tree? You probably need more than one fig tree. Yeah, that would be good. That would be really good. That could be arranged. Which doctor? Verna says, yes. And what zone are you in? 6B, 7A. Okay. So they're in Tennessee, 6B, 7A. Yeah, you can have figs. You can have figs. You can have. Ooh. Look up sarsaparilla. I don't remember if that's zone 5 or 6. You might be able to grow sarsaparilla. Sorry, I got excited. Vera says, I like black cow floats. I have no idea what that is. Chocolate ice cream and root beer. Okay. Like a cow patty. Oh boy. I did not know that had a name. And now I want a root beer float. Thanks, Verna. JJ says, to Witch Doctor, I just planted my air layer fig trees. Wish I had known. Do you know anyone around you with a fig tree? I'm sure there's tons of people around there. And what's interesting, so Stark Brothers is also out there. Stark Brothers was at, let me back up. Stark Brothers is a tree nursery that produces lots and lots and lots of trees. They are currently expanding out to the West Coast. I talked with the guy, I forget his name, but he was they were at the National Heirloom Expo, and he is starting to ask people what we need specifically over is different than where they are currently. I forget where that's based. It's in the Midwest somewhere. Michigan, Missouri, something like that. And one of the things that I said is to work with the chill hours, because we're losing our chill hours here. We're getting less and less chill hours, so we need trees that can produce fruit on less chill hours. So that was my one comment to him. If they're developing varieties, or if they're trying to figure out root stocks or stuff like that, that was my comment. But Stark Brothers has quite a selection. I've never bought from them. Met the guy the other day. He was nice. And I've heard good things. So might look at their selection. Cadota fig is a good choice. I have no idea what it is for your area. It's a good choice for me. That one has a history of over 2,000 years of being Cadota fig, like that variety, which is awesome. Trees live forever because you can graft them. Trees live forever. Traditional lifestyle homesteading. Welcome. If you have comments or questions or discussion topics, put them in the chat. We'll get to them. I am behind. So if there are people repeating, you don't need to repeat. We'll get to there. All right. Welcome. Brenda, are you gonna search for her? That's good. And also traditional lifestyle homesteading. What are you growing? Or where are you growing? Your food, or you like plants or animals or all your stuff. Witch Doctor says to JJ, I haven't met the neighbors yet, but I know there are fig trees around. Absolutely. And you can just ask people to, hey, can I have a stick? And literally what you do is you plant that stick, and you might need some care. Maybe plant it in a container over the winter, bring it inside, keep it, you can keep it cool still. I don't know what your winters get. You get colder winters now. But that you can turn a stick. You don't even have to attach a fig scion onto anything. You can literally stick a stick in the ground and it will become a tree. So that's what I would do. Is anybody who has what you want fig wise, do it. And there's also a cold hardy kiwi that you can do. That would be fun. I have failed 3 times on kiwis, so I'm not going to do kiwis here. The female keeps dying, but I think it might be location, but it's okay. Hey, Eric, another super sticker. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. JJ says they air layer super easy if you can get permission. Yeah, so air layering means that the roots will already be on it before you before it goes in the ground or before you cut it. So I've never actually done it, have I? Okay, I've done it kind of where you put a bush down and you put the soil over and you put a rock on top and then that grows. But I've never done it up where you tie the bag around. But maybe I should do that and show you guys. That would not be right now though, I don't think. Because they're gonna lose leaves here in a month or so. Apple cider with the mother. Yes, so apple cider vinegar doing the fire cider is apple cider with the mother, and that is important. Thank you, Verna. Which doctor said up air layer. I'm not familiar. So basically, what it is you're taking upper part of the tree. It doesn't have to be up, but you're taking a branch of the tree, and instead of cutting it off and planting it and waiting for it to grow roots, you get it moist. You can cut slits in the. She can tell you how she did it. This is what I know from slits in the bark, and what they'll do is those are where the roots will grow is any place there or on a node. And so you can either just do that, get it moist and wrap it with like saran wrap, or I've seen people where they put a little plug of soil around that with saran wrap. And basically what it does is it grows roots and then you cut it off. So that's pretty cool. JJ probably already answered you, and we will see what she says because she actually has done it. All right. JJ says, I miss unpasteurized apple cider. Yeah, so apple cider, you can make apples. We're going to have if you're in, I shouldn't even say this. It's in October, but I don't remember when. I think it's the 18th, but I don't know why that's in my head. If you're in the Santa Cruz area, California, I think it's 18th of October, but again, I will let you guys know when it gets closer. But in October, we do for the California rare fruit growers, we do an apple tasting. It's going to be at Wilder State Park. And I mean, we usually have, like last time, I think there was like 77 different varieties of apple. So you can definitely do that and see what there is to see. It's like there's a lot of people there, but it's like local type stuff. Is people don't come from all over, but you could. But it's just apple tasting, and it's pretty awesome to be able to taste that many different apples and see the gambit of the flavors. Yeah. Fulster Farm says, gotta go, guys. It's been so much fun. Gotta get up at 4:30 and cook Dan's breakfast for him. Love that man. And then I'll get back to bed. Just make him a sandwich, leave it on the counter. BJ, right? It was good to see you on here, Mandy. Everybody saying good night. Great chat, she says. Thank you. And you guys jumped. Gotta go back. Sorry. JJ says, same here, Foster. Oh, you guys jumped again. Hang on. Except it is 2 a.m. Oh my gosh. Sometimes I just stay awake. That is early. Early. Psycho World just gave us about 30 apples from his tree, going to make apple chips in our freeze dryer. You might consider, Ricky, holding back some of those seeds and mash and just planting the seeds, like the mashed up seeds. So the part you don't put in the freeze dryer, you could just plant, kind of find an area and plant that and see what comes up. Because if you're looking for cider, apples especially, it doesn't really matter what comes up, because what comes up is going to be a mix of what's there. Or you have free rootstock that hopefully is good for your area, and you can then graft something yummy onto it. So that's what I would do. Since you guys just got out there, you guys just got started. That's what I would do with some of those apples. Especially, you're not going to put the like the cores into the freeze dryer. Use that, kind of mash it up and spread it over an area. Just put some soil over it, or some soil or compost over it, and maybe put some mulch there too, just kind of protect it over winter. And you should get apples growing, because apple seeds, I believe, need stratification. Most apples, I believe, need stratification, which means they need to go through a winter in order to germinate. So that's what I would do, because then you can have that rootstock, put them anywhere after they go up. You can even sell for your fruit trees. I have a whole business here planned for you, Ricky. Try it. Worst will happen is something will dig it up and eat it, right? Traditional lifestyle homesteading says garlic. You're growing garlic. That is awesome. I am in Gilroy, which is California, and that is garlic capital of the world. Garlic is a good thing to grow. It's awesome. We plant ours in November. Other places plant them sometime other than November. It's good. Everybody say hi. Probably 7 hours to mow an acre. Yeah, you need some animals to do that for you. Yeah. Yard cleanup is coming too soon, JJ says. Does that mean like the leaves falling? I'm looking up. Oh, that's a fig. So Verna put a link for figs. Oh, Chicago Hardy. Yeah, that's what she grew. Writers. How do you say that? It's a great nursery. That's good to know. And Verna's been using them for over a decade. That's awesome. That's awesome. I should have said I agree when I started that comment. It's okay. JJ says family member died of cancer after consuming wine from a winery that started on a golf course 60 years ago. Oh, 60 years. I told them that the soil was poison and not to drink their wine. They didn't listen. Yeah, stuff stays in soil for a very, very long time. And another thing to realize is, back in the old days, how they did dust control in orchards, at least here, was putting used motor oil onto the the roads are next to the orchard roads. They would put used motor oil onto the orchard roads to prevent dust, and it got rid of their old motor oil. And that, I don't know how far and wide that practice was. It's not used anymore, and it's not used, like, it's not allowed anymore. But there was some interesting practices back in the day, so that's something to pay attention to as well. And it's sad that happened, and you never know what you're getting into. Grow your own food, guys. Know your history. This was a walnut orchard, so I know that. Yeah, whether we had that happen or not, I don't know. I do raise most of my stuff in raised beds, and then a lot of the trees are in the ground. Yeah. Oh, yeah, and JJ was agreeing with Verna. Yep. Just looked at what I said, JJ. It sounded harsh to me. We'll call you out if we think it's harsh, right? Hugs. You're so sweet. All is okay, JJ says. Yep. Oh, you guys jumped again. Hang on. I gotta get back to you. Uh, let's see. Verna says, I'm having dizzy spells, so not sure of myself so much. Verna, are you getting hydration? Are you okay? Like, are you taking, do you know why? That's what I want to know. Do you know why and you're dealing with it? Hopefully you do. Yeah. I keep talking about sticks and bushes. Oh, Ricky. Yeah, witch doctor's saying the same thing. Do you know what's causing your spells? Anxiety and overwhelming myself with all I'm trying to get done. Take a break. It's time to take a break, take a breather. And yeah, people will understand if you take a break. Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, for sure. JJ says, LOL, I figured they could Google air layering, so I didn't explain. Fig trees are very easy to start that way. I've never tried starting figs from cuttings. So I've done it. The ones right now by the main quail aviary are booming, and it took several years before they just exploded. I think they were working on their roots. And I have done it before where it rotted, so it can be too wet for figs. So it has to be just in the right moisture. But I think once you have the right moisture and it's not in like direct sun, then it's gonna be really good. Yeah. Yeah, witch doctor is telling Verna, not good. You got to slow down sometimes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, no one else can help. When you're alone, you have to push through it all. Maybe there's some things to put off, though. Yeah. Um, sounded great in the chat. Maybe after a good night's sleep, you'll feel better. Hate to hear you're suffering tonight, JJ says. Yeah, slept the last 2 nights. At least you're sleeping. At least you're sleeping. Yeah. Well, let's hope. Yeah, I'm hoping that works itself out and hopefully doesn't last very long for you, Verna. Witch doctor says we need to do a chat on stratifying seeds. It literally is. It needs a winner, and it might need two winners. So that's what you need to figure out for your seeds. If they need heat, if they need to be stratified, you put them in the refrigerator for a certain amount of time. If you have like a seed packet, it's going to tell you on the packet for how long, and it just needs a winner. And that signals to the seeds. You might have to put in the freezer. There'll be different instructions for different seeds, but that is something like I know people who grow chestnuts will put them in sand in a bucket. I think it's sand, and then bury it, and then it cold stratifies naturally where they are, like not where I am, but it cold stratifies over the winter. It's in the ground over winter, and then they dig it up, and then they're all growing. So yeah, it's fairly easy. There are very few seeds that I deal with here that need that. I think ginseng might be one of them. Yeah, there's your talk. What doctor? That is a good one. Yeah, we can talk. I mean, if people can talk about it more, if we want to put some stuff on the Friends of Sow and Tare Facebook, if you have information about that, if you have experiences with that, here is that link. The Friends of Sow and Tare Facebook. If you have not signed up yet, already remember, answer the questions and agree to the rules so we know you're a real person and you'll get in. Yeah. Yeah. And let's see. You just put them in your freezer for 4 weeks. Yeah, so some seeds have different instructions than other seeds, and sometimes you need two seeds. You need to you. That was not any internet. That was me not knowing how to use my mouth to talking. So some seeds need to go through two winners. So you put it in for a certain amount of time, take it out for a certain amount of time, and put it back in, and that will signal to the seed as well. So it's just a matter of looking up what actually happens, and that actually explains why sometimes you plant a seed and it doesn't come up that year, but it'll come up the next year. The conditions just weren't right. Yeah. JJ says, yep, oil on dirt roads. I used to play in that mess. Fun. Witch Doctor says, my wild lettuce was in my fridge for 3 weeks, but it still didn't grow until it overwintered in the soil. Yeah, so that might have been one that needed 2 winters, or maybe it wasn't cold enough. Because cold stratification can be different for different seeds. There's so many seeds out there, and they have different requirements. So like some are seeds. We're just gonna have this be a topic because it's already 7:41 and we haven't really had a topic, but actually we had a couple topics. We had heirlooms and stratification. So in order to start a seed, some seeds are fine if you just put it in the ground, water it, there you go. Some seeds need to be soaked. Some seeds need acid, which is basically goes through the stomach of an animal. Some seeds need fire, so they need heat, usually to melt some sort of resin around the seed. And some seeds need to rot, like tomatoes have a protective little bubble around them that needs to rot away for them to be good. Now, if you buy a seed packet for tomatoes, that process has already been done. So you don't have to worry about that. But if you're saving your own seeds, and then seed stratification, or some seeds need stratification, and stratification just means striped. It means striated or striped. So it just means this, then that, then this. That's all it means. So yeah, and then you can also, so like the water one, you can also scarify by like scratch. Words are hard today. Scraping or scratching. I was combining those 2 words. The seed coat, and then the water will be able to get in and get to that seed and start growing, or soaking it, might, or acid might. So there's some different ways of doing that you can do. Verna's getting more coffee. JJ says, to Witch Doctor, I use gallon milk jugs with soil and put the seeds in them outside the middle of winter. It works pretty well. Yeah, so now, if you guys remember a couple months ago, the topic was kind of figuring out what your seeds you're going to plant for fall. Now's the time to plant it if you haven't already planted it. And I think I'm a little bit late, but I've been busy. So we'll see what happens this weekend for me. We'll see if this weekend is planting weekend. I have to look at the dates again. Yeah. Figs, if you just put it in the ground, it will root. Yep, unless it's too wet or way too dry. But yeah, it will. And Witch Doctor likes JJ's idea. Verna says, I have slowed down so much that the list is just getting bigger and bigger. I understand that. JJ says, yep, Verna takes care of all of us. Yes, she does. Verna says, I'm proud of myself. I moved Mooney out of the shared cage, put her in with Bucky, then moved her into her new cage and didn't get a scratch. That is awesome. And so that's a Havana rabbits, Mooney and Bucky. I like it. JJ says, to Witch Doctor, there are some videos on that milk jug stratification on YouTube. There's all sorts of videos on YouTube. Yep. Brenna says, I heard if you use the freezer method is 4 to 6 weeks. It depends on the seed. Yeah. Oh, Andy wasn't returning. Okay, I didn't know that was who you're talking about. She's gonna be here soon. Well, hi, if you're. Oh, there she is. Hi, Andy Rabbit. We're talking about how cunning you are, and yeah, you're good. Good to meet you in person. Eric is saying thank you to me and everyone. You're welcome, Eric. We want you to be healthy. Want you to be get rid of that brain fog and come back strong. Yep. And like Verna said, Eric, keep us informed. We worry about you. Yep. Yep. Which doctor wants to know what you planting? What am I planting? I am going to be planting some of the broccoli family. So there's a bunch of different things, broccoli and cabbage family. What I need to figure out, and I just need time. Don't we all need time? I need time to look at my seeds and look at maybe some catalogs. I would like to grow something that grows vertically up a trellis. Like I have the trellis in the front that I never actually planted on anything on this winter. That I want to plant something that goes up that's edible, and my brain isn't thinking of anything winter or fall related that vines up. So I have to think on that if there is anything. Yeah, originally I wanted to grow akebia. I'm going to make sure I spell that right, and then I'm going to put it in the chat. That was this. It is. So akebia is supposed to smell really, really good. And it is a chocolate vine, and it's supposed to be able to grow here. But the one person I know who has it, we tried doing a cutting and it didn't work. I could try it again, but yeah, they're supposed to smell. This chocolate vine is supposed to smell really good, and they don't really taste good though. So it's kind of like one of these things that it's fun to see. The fruit are really, really out of this world looking. They're like light purple pods that burst open when they're ripe, and they have these clear little like packets of fruit, and they don't taste bad. They just don't taste like much. So the why of growing for it is the smell of the flowers and the shock factor or the interesting factor of what the fruit is. So but I'm not sure what to put that grows vertically, so we'll have to. If you guys have ideas, let me know. That is a fall growing or winter growing thing. Yeah. JJ says, "Woo woo! There is a police helicopter flying around, and dog is barking. Going to turn on the floodlights. All right. Well, hopefully they find whoever they're looking for." Joyce here. Hi, Joy. Welcome. Hello, I'm late, but I'm here. You made it. Welcome, welcome. Andy says, I just got back home. My daughters threw me a little birthday party. Happy birthday. Man, you won everything at QuailCon, and then it's your birthday. You're a winning lady. Happy birthday. And everybody here is saying happy birthday. I felt so lucky, that's for sure. Absolutely. Just keep on coming. Yeah. Yeah, happy birthday. Pumpkin, if you train the vines. Pumpkin is not a fall plant here. It's not something I would plant right now. Yeah, pumpkin, what's planted will go into like September, but I think by October everything's going to be dead. I'm getting powdery mildew right now to the point that I don't really want to deal with it, and the animals are going to eat the leaves. They would regrow the leaves, but yeah. Yeah. And Andy Rat says, I have my watermelon and cantaloupe growing on an arch this year. Yeah, that is a good idea. Hopefully your watermelons are smaller watermelons so that they can, you can like actually put little hammocks up. But yeah, that's awesome. I have some sort of squash, a winter squash that's growing, except for when I left for QuailCon, I had trained one of the things to go up, and it's now going all the way across on the pathway. So I'm gonna have to pick it up and put it up there. Yeah. And yeah, I agree with Verna. Andy, you should have played the lottery. Absolutely. Everybody say happy birthday. Yeah, happy birthday. Yeah, so Verna says, I know what you mean. Or even the plantain have powdery mildew. Yeah, the powdery mildew here is pretty much confined to the squashes. So summer squash and winter squash. Yeah, it's but it's not fun. It's not fun for sure. Yeah. Well, official topics here, but I think our unofficial official topics were heirlooms uh, and stratification. Not yeah, stratification. Yeah. Um, Joy says my quail 6 weeks old seem to be obsessed with picking each other's ears till they bleed. Joy, where are they? And do you have too many boys? Are they are what spacing are they? Like, make sure you have a 5 female to 1 male ratio. Make sure you have that they're not overcrowded. So I believe you have a cage system, right? So three squirrels, no more than 3 per square feet, and yeah, hopefully they're not going to pick on each other because that's not fun, for sure. Yeah, Verna says squash. Yeah, I noticed it everywhere today. Andy Rabbit says, I don't think my watermelon will do it. I recommend to people if they don't have the heat, grow small watermelons because the fruit take less time to mature. Yeah. Yeah. Um, I got the metal blender today. You have a metal blender? I want to hear about this. And Verna says no less than 5 hens to each roux. Yep. Yeah. So Joy, tell us a little about what's going on, other than that they're picking on each other, because we want to help you with your issue. Yeah. And Verna saying congratulations. Oh, Bender, not big difference. Big difference. Did I read it wrong? I did read it wrong. I'm hungry apparently. A metal bender. That's cool. That's cool. I made my archways in the back that the grapes are on. I made those with my neighbor. Um, they had a like a pole bender and made them there for that. Why just the ears? They're wacko. What color do you have? I'm wondering if they're seeing the ear, if they're whites, if they're seeing the ear as like a dark spot that they're trying to pick at. Yeah. You thought that too? Yeah. Yeah. Why just the ears? Do they have mites? Are you checking for mites? Are they trying to pick off? Bird mites are super, 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 super tiny. Yeah. Um, just the ears. Anybody else have any ideas for just the ears? The only thing I can think of is if they're a light animal, if they're light feathered, then they might have like a darker, because the hole. They don't have ears like us. They have just a hole, right? So it might be going after dark, but I don't know. They're fed 24/7 and watered 24/7, right? So yeah, figure out why they're angry. And it's a whole bunch against a whole bunch, or is it just one? That's something to look at too. Yeah. Anybody else have any ideas for Joy? Joy, is your smoke less? Hopefully it's less. Hopefully you didn't have a whole summer of smoke. I can't build cages fast enough. They're crowded. Yeah. Yeah, so for brooders, even though they're not to wait at until like 8 weeks. Some people process them at 6 weeks. Some people wait to process it 10 or 12. But 8 weeks is generally where most people process because it's where your financial input um, per meat doesn't get any better. They will get bigger than 8 weeks, but yeah, even though they're officially babies until 8 weeks, they're laying eggs before then. After 3 weeks, they need to have 3 per square foot. So yeah, if they're tighter than that, then they're just too tight. There's too many. So yeah, that's your issue. That is likely your issue then. They're saying, get out of my way. Yeah, mites or fleas, Rita says. Okay. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and you pulled all the whites out. Were they being an issue? I don't know. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and we're going to have a little bit more exposure to some of the stuff for squashes, at least. I've talked to you guys about heirlooms before. We had a discussion earlier in this chat about heirlooms, so if you missed that, you can go back and watch that. Kelly's question was what that was, so that's pretty cool. And we're going to have a bunch of squash videos throughout the year, because squashes, the winter squashes, last a really, really long time, and I'll be eating them in the order of either ripeness, or they're all good, but in the order of what needs to be eaten first. So I have a couple that have a little bit of rot on the stem, and that rot can travel down into the flesh, in the inside of that. So I'm going to do those first, and then the others as I come to them. So I have some plans for those. We're going to get back in the kitchen. I know this summer I wasn't in the kitchen a whole lot. It didn't do very many videos in the kitchen, but we're going to do more. Yeah. And Joyce says she has different colors. Okay. Well, I think overcrowdedness is what you're dealing with. Buster says, thanks for the live and all the great information. You're welcome, Buster. Thank you for coming. And Ed says, night all, be safe and have a good night. Absolutely. You too. And JJ says, back and good night. Yeah, I enjoy this, you guys. It's a whole lot of fun, and we went not the direction I thought we were going to go today. But that's okay. We went for it. We were learning and sharing and all that. All of it. It's awesome. Verna says, have a blessed week all. Yes, so have a good night, guys. Thank you for coming. And we are going to be back next week, 6 p.m. Pacific time on Monday. And we'll just keep on having this party. Keep on keeping on. So thank you for coming, and we will see you next time. Have a good night. Oh, somebody else. Uh-oh. Ed's making a new piece of jewelry for Jasmine. If I can put it off, it'll be totally different. Thank you for live. I missed them. Yeah. Good night all. From Andy. Yes. Good night, guys. We will see you next week.